over the next 5 to 7 minutes, she's going to talk about entrepreneurs and their strategic relationships with people to delegate and automate their business. And then we will open it up for 9 to 10 minutes of brainstorming so that we can help her along with her business strategy and perhaps a challenge. Tomi, please welcome 2 ways to increase your business success. Tomi Daniel.
What's the timing?
Yes, please correct.
5 to 7 minutes for her speech and 10 minutes for brainstorming.
Thank you.
Tomi, you are muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's good to finally join you here. This morning, I just want to tell you some stories, or one central story and a few supporting stories in the next 5 to 7 minutes. We all have 24 hours a day, or I don't know about you. I have 24 hours. There is nothing, no magic or miracle that can increase the number of hours that I have been given. I can't get more, but I can learn to maximize the 24 hours that I have so that I can get to do more. 2 things that can help, whether in our personal lives or as entrepreneurs, are delegation and automation. And so let me illustrate with a story. The story of Henry Ford. We all know that amazing genius of a man who brought automation into the automobile industry, and it spread to other sectors as well. In the early 1900s, cars were manufactured just in limited quantities, limited numbers. And he said, there's this famous quote, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. But I knew that society was ready for something more, something better. So he worked with his team of engineers and came up with the Model T of the Ford Model T. And it could have gone on, the design phase could have gone on in perpetuity, but he decided to cut it short, froze the design at a stage and said, we got the basics. This is a big upgrade from just having horses. It is faster, it is safer, it is sleeker, and it is new. So now let's go into production. How was it going to manufacture a higher number of automobiles at a lower cost, at a faster rate, so that he could get them to market? And that's why he automated the assembly line, the automobile assembly line. He was very successful. In 1908, Ford sold about 10,000 units of vehicles. By 1915, that number had gone to more than 420,000 because he automated the assembly line and said, what humans were doing in limited quantities, I can use machines to do in larger quantities. And he was very successful. And then a few years later, by 1917, Ford sold 2/3 of all the automobiles in the US, and everything was manufactured in country because he learned to automate his business. And so he was able to get more done at a lower cost, at a faster rate, get it to the market, be able to generate more revenue and put the money back into even automating further. We live in a world where there's a device for everything. On your phone, if you use an iPhone, you can order Siri to get you answers. You can get Alexa in your home to do stuff. If you watch TV ads, you would even see that there are taps. faucets in our kitchens and our bathrooms, that we can tell now, fill the dog bowl and get this done. We have gadgets for everything. We have apps for everything, making automation a no-brainer in our 21st century world. But can it go alone? And so back to Henry Ford, who successfully automated his assembly line and was able to get more done, get more products faster at a cheaper cost, and make a lot of money. But he forgot about what is called delegation, the complement to automation. And so remember, he had frozen the design of the Ford Model T and said, let's quickly go to market. He did that, but he froze the design. And so General Motors, by 1920, they saw what was going on. They kept working on their design and said, this is what he's doing. We're going to do the same thing and do it better. They were having meetings regularly, late into the night. There was a core team that the CEO delegated to, and they were brainstorming constantly about what to do. Well, by 1920, they came out with a sleeker model. They had more customizations on color. They had more customization on features, and they started eating into the Ford market share. And so from 2/3 of automobile sales in the US, Ford dropped to 1/3 within 2 years. And Henry Ford still would not listen to his core team. He still would not continue tinkering with the Model T design. By 5 years later, when he came up with the Model A, it was too late. The market was saturated with automobiles that were not black, that were different colors, and that had stood on his shoulder, the shoulder of the Ford Model T, and come up with a lot of things. And so fast forward to our world, we have some incredible entrepreneurs who have done exceptionally well. They are among the least of the world's billionaires, and they have things to teach us about delegation as we live in this automation saturated world. The first is Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Jeff said the 2 pizza rule. If you have a team that is larger than you can feed with 2 pizzas, it's too big, cut it down. Bill Gates, he said, I don't know everything. I find people who don't have the skills that I do. I surround myself with them and I delegate to them. We have Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group of Companies. He said, I am dyslexic. Everything has to be kept simple. In delegation, I keep it simple. I tell my team, I don't understand complex things. Keep it simple for me. And so as we think about maximizing our 24 hours, we have to automate. We have to delegate. The two must go hand in hand. Otherwise, we would spread ourselves too thin and not achieve the success that we need. And so the floor is open. What questions do you have about automation? We have several tools now. What are you using to automate key parts of your business? What parts of your business are you even automating? Who are you delegating to? How can you delegate, whether to people or to machines? It's time for Q&A. Let's brainstorm.